All right. Review time. I didn't actually finish it. I'm super close. So, super, super close. It is not the book's fault I did not finish it. It's the fact that I'm leaving. I'm leaving the country for 10 days. I'm so excited. And it's been a lot. So I did not read as much as I wanted to. But this is the Aliquian. I hope I'm saying that right. Let's see if you can see this cover. I'm like, there we go. If I cover that light. Like, can we just... I'm not going to lie. I'm usually not one to compare because comparison is the thief of joy. But, like, this cover makes my cover look like a 4th grader did it. Like, how completely gorgeous is this? There you go. That way you can see. I'm covering my lights right behind me. It's super, super pretty. So it's a 4-part series. Mary Coe is the author. When you order from her, like, go to her Instagram. I will include her Instagram handle in the... Maybe I'll just stick it, like, over here somewhere. I could probably figure out how to do that. Anyway, go to Mary Coe's Instagram, and you can order the book directly from her. I think she has... I think I just Venmo'd her, honestly. And it's an experience. It's not just like you order my book, you get it from Amazon, you get it from Barnes & Noble, and you get the book. She signs it, but then she also wrote this adorable little note. And like, how pretty is that? Can you see how... And then threw in some stickers. And then there was also, like, it was all, like, wrapped all pretty. And so it was, like, a whole experience getting to open it. It's high fantasy. So this is completely different world. It has, I believe, let me double check. Yes. So there's a whole map in there, which is super gorgeous. You see? Can you see it? The Sept regions. And so there's a whole bunch of different things, which now that I've actually been reading through the book, like, this makes sense now. Because I kind of looked at it at first and I was like, okay, cool. But then as I'm reading, I'm like, oh, I actually know where that is. Oh, they're talking about that. Oh, okay, this is where that is. That's where this is. Okay. It is the story of a girl named Resi, R-E-S-I. Mary, I apologize if I'm pronouncing all the things wrong. There's a little piece of me that doesn't feel guilty when I say things wrong because everybody in the history of basically my whole life has said my name wrong. Technically, I say my name wrong. So I feel like it gives me like a little bit of leeway, but also like, I also know how hard it is to painstakingly craft, and then to have people say stuff wrong is just like, dang it. Anyway, her name's Therese. Let me double check. Teresa. And they call her Resi. I had to double check her full name because it's mostly Resi throughout the entire thing. That's how I say it in my head. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize, but that's how we're going to say it. She is an Aliquian. They call them licks, is kind of the, like, probably derogatory term would be the correct label for that. And they're basically enslaved. They work on plantations, they work in fields, and her people are enslaved. They're constantly, there's talk of like trying to escape. That's where that's where the story starts, is she's like, okay, I have this many days and then I'm going to escape. She has like a whole plan. And then, of course, big old wrench gets thrown into it. She goes on this completely different adventure. I won't spoil it too much. I won't give you too much in it. Here, let's just read the back, and that way I'm not spoiling anything. Ever since her parents' mysterious disappearance from the Offenheimer farmhold, field hand Resi Flood has spent years contemplating her escape to the western regions. However, The only escape she's managed to find is in the quiet moments when she's able to sketch from her stoop after a long day's work. She's not allowed to sketch. Like, it's bananas. But when one of her portraits is cleverly passed into the hands of the governor of her region, Ressie is recruited to be his new portrait artist and is thrust into a sinister world of high society. As she engages more intimately with her newfound talents than ever before, she discovers that her artistry may be linked to a mystical gifting that, if left untrained, could unleash severe harm. A power that thrives on self-belief, Ressie must overcome the shame of her past and those pulling political strings against her in order to control her power. 4-part series. This is part 1. I'm not sure, you'd have to ask Mary, as to when part 2 is coming out, or part 3, or part 4. I'm not sure what her timeline is for that. So far, I've really enjoyed it. I will say I struggle a little bit with high fantasy if I'm not already familiar. So, like, I read The Lord of the Rings pretty much just fine, but I had seen the movies first. I grew up with my dad reading them to me. It was my first time, like, personally reading them. But I was able to get into the story pretty quickly because I already kind of had some images in my head to pull from. And so that's one of the big things that I struggle with high fantasy is, like, kind of like framing my head as to, like, what is going on and what does everything look like and what do the people look like and all of these things. So, and I still found that this actually came in pretty quickly. And you want to be on YouTube? I felt like I got sucked into the story pretty quickly. I know some people have, like, okay, I have to give it this many pages or this many chapters or whatever before they decide, like, oh, I'm not going to finish this. I'm done with it. And I don't feel like I ever had a moment when I started reading it where I was like, I don't know about this. She sucked me in with a reel on Instagram, which I saw, and I was like, ooh, actually, I really want to read that. So although I have not finished it, I do recommend it. And once I do finish it, I will be writing a review and posting it on, I think she's on Amazon. I think you get it on Amazon. But I'm telling you, if you buy it directly from her, I think it was like $20. It wasn't very much. And it was a whole experience. So, out of 5 stars, I'm going to say a tentative 4, only because I haven't actually finished it yet. Once I officially finish it, we'll go from there. I have stayed up past my bedtime to read it, which mostly 9 times out of 10 makes it like a 5-star for me. So anyway, that's my review. I know I didn't finish it, but c'est la vie.